friends. This is gonna be for my witchy girls, or not my witchy girls, but just in general, the witches, practitioners, anyone who is of that following. This is more geared towards you guys. Today's book is The Green Witch's Guide to Herbal Magic, a handbook of green hearthcraft and plant-based spellcraft by Annabel Margaret, aka our lovely the Green Witch here on YouTube. I love Annabelle's content. I follow both of her channels, and I love both her normal life stuff, but I also love her practitioner stuff. So this was kind of a given when she announced that she had written a book. I needed this, and it has really inspired me to up my game with my practice, in the essence of learning to make my own oils and stuff like that. So this is a great book in and of that essence. This was published in 2003. I don't think it's been sitting on my bookshelf that long. I would like to point that out. I think I bought it more recently when I discovered it somewhere, and I want to say it might have been at Barnes & Noble. But the best part about, and this is how I feel about her book, is really it's really broken down in a way that scratches my Virgo. Just so y'all know, I am a Taurus sun sign, Virgo moon sign, Cancer rising sign. This scratches the best organization itches for my brain, and this made sense to my brain for being a Virgo. And so the way she kind of breaks it down, and I will go through like the content section, is like you get an introduction, Herbal Magic and Green Hearthcraft, and then of course the ethics of spellcraft, and then it breaks down from there doing intuition, intent, tools and added ingredients of the craft, an introduction to herbs, and then there's an herbal compendium in here, as well as then you get to the spell preparations, which is like takes you through traditional spell preparations for like spell bags, spell jars, herb bundles, hanging herb bundles and wreaths, spell candles, powders and loose incense blends, simmer pots, medicinal spells, and that's just the traditional spells. Then there's also the medicinal spells of herbal infusions and decoctions, bath teas, infused oils, salves, tinctures, herbal honeys and syrups, and just kind of diving into like working with the seasons in this. And you get to choose how deep or how much you're into the cycle and how much you're not into the cycle. It's amazing. And then there's a whole entire spell compendium in the last half of it where it's like cleansing spells, protection spells, healing spells, and banishment spells. I like it when people who seem to have more of a pulse point on the craft. I think that's the best way to put it, is how I feel about it, is that people who are regularly dealing in the craft, and also putting content out there for us to consume about the craft, really help. I really feel like they do kind of the best book writing. This is not a dig at anyone. I have favorite books. I have non-favorite books. It happens. Depending on your craft, you're always going to be particularly drawn to specific books. I'm actually planning on, one of my friends flipped through this and she really loved it, so I'm going to be getting her own copy to enjoy, because she does a lot of herbal magic herself. But this is the little blurb on the back of the book, just so y'all can have it. The witch and the herb fit together like the wind and the rain. There's magic in things that grow, and this guide is the perfect companion for cultivating your own herbal practice. Within these pages, you'll discover spells for cleansing, protection, healing, and banishment, while also deepening your relationship with the natural world. You'll learn the language of lavender, chamomile, and cedar, uncover old secrets, and reconnect with that which is wild and beautiful. Whether drawing in a new relationship by sweetly whispering your romantic desires to your basil plant each day, writing a wish on a bay leaf, or working to lift your spirits by harvesting calendula. Calendula. I know how to say this, I promise. Under a bright midday sky, the abundant wisdom of herbs guides our growth and unearths deep understanding of the inherent magic in all of nature. From understanding intention and magical preparation to a practical collection of spells and accompanying herbal compendium, the Green Witch's Guide to Herbal Magic empowers you to live the magical life you've always wanted. Annabel Margaret is the witch, aspiring herbalist and videographer behind the popular YouTube channel The Green Witch. She lives in Seattle, Washington. I love Annabelle. She's absolutely amazing. All of her videos are amazing. She actually has a pie that I want to try and make. We may do that one night. There might be a live where we do that one night. I really need to get back to doing my lives, and and if I'm already redoing them, great. We might have already attempted the pie. But Annabelle's content is really good on YouTube, and I really recommend if you don't want to get the book, go and watch her stuff. She's really good at walking through a lot of her stuff there. But this book is just kind of that, like, I get to take a piece of animal home with me. This is my, I don't have to have the computer up. I can have her with me when I am working on things, and I love that because my goal was this last year, for all that don't know, I dabble in green witchery. I am a kitchen witch by nature. I am a Taurus. I lean into the food is my comfort, and that is how I show that I care about people. And so I am like, I will cook for you all the time. My goal this last year was to get a new rosemary plant after I had accidentally fried the last one and keep it alive. This year I didn't put it out on the porch. I kept it inside under a grow light. She is living, she is thriving on the counter right now, and she is doing amazing. So my plan is this year to expand out my different flowers and stuff like that. And so I will be getting more herbs to keep on my counter because a lot of my plants will be shifting outside once the weather has gotten a little bit better. And I have finished my altar table for Persephone so that she has her green space all year round. And yeah, but this is a great place to start. It has all different herbs that you can either grow or you can locally find yourself. Such as, I mean, we're in Tennessee here. Cedar is abundant. Chrysanthemums, cinnamon is something everyone has. Clove is something everyone has, and they're spice cabinets. Thyme. Why do I always want to say thyme? I don't know why. Thyme is a great one. Yarrow and plantain and pine and nettle and mullein and mugwort and mint. All of these things are amazing, and that's just a handful of what she's got in here. A lot of the details are absolutely amazing. I love the artwork. I will say that I kept wanting to go in and like color it in. And I might eventually do that, but I really just like that she goes through and it's so well written. It's not written like, it's written like a conversation. That's the only way I can describe it, is I feel like as I was reading this, and I did read this, I will say, in Annabelle's voice in my head, I felt like we were sitting and we were having an easy conversation together. We have never met. Would I love to meet Annabelle? Yes. Maybe one day in the future. Maybe I'll get that lucky. But I enjoyed this because it was like having a conversation with another practitioner. It wasn't just, oh, here's this information. I'm going to put this book in front of you. This was like an easy conversation. And that's one thing that I love about Annabelle, the way she does her content is always very conversational and just kind of like, you do what you feel like, you know, if you don't have the resources to do XYZ, here's another way to do it. Here's another way to rework this. And so I really love that that's kind of like how she does it to a degree, is you can do as much or as little as you want. Whereas, like, I feel like some books are just like, here's all the information. Doesn't give you a way to practice it. Doesn't really kind of give you ways to mold it to your practice or give suggestions of how to mold it to your practice, I think is the problem that I have with a lot of books around the different practices. And so a lot of times it's like, I'll take what I need and then it's out the door. Like, I might take screenshots or pictures of the pages, or I'll make notes on the pages, and then, yeah, you're out. I'm not going to keep this book because it doesn't feel conversational. It doesn't feel like it's giving me options. And that is one thing that I will say Annabelle hit the mark on with this thing. And I love it. And for any of my witches who are green witches, and if you're wanting to kind of get into green witchery, I think this is the perfect door to open you into it. So if you're not ready to make the jump on buying the book, go check out Annabelle's YouTube pages. I love both of them. I'm biased. I think she's amazing. But this book, definitely worth the purchase. I definitely enjoyed it. And if I had to say I'd like an Annabelle recipe book. I won't lie. I'm not going to manifest it because that's not she may not even be interested in it. But I'm just saying I think it'd be cool. But anyways, there you go. If you are, kind of want to make a joking Practical Magic reference right now, but if you are more Aunt Jet than you, rephrase, it's not Aunt Jet who's into the greens, it's more Aunt Frances. So if you're more Aunt Frances, Stockard Channing's character in the movies, if you need a reference here, this is for you. We love the greenhouse. Let's go hang out in the greenhouse, you guys. So there you go. I will see you all in the next one.